I was starting to wonder what in the holy tit fuck was going on. Both raw rooms empty.
What's up? How's that going for you?
Shh. Hush. Shh. Hush your quiet whispers. It's all gonna be okay. My name is Host Eric. Welcome to Talking with Famous People. Welcome you in the red and the white shirt. Welcome the rest of you as well. Hello to you. Hello to America and the world. Today we're going to be talking about how important it is to understand cognitive functions. I'll tell you a cautionary tale. It's a sad story. Once there was a young gentleman. He didn't know anything about cognitive functions. He died. Coincidence? I think not.
Of old age, no less. I mean, how tragic.
Well, I don't buy those official lies, Ken. I'm not that gullible.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, today's question naturally is, why does not knowing about cognitive functions make you die? The answer is, because it's proof how stupid you are.
It means that you suffer from cognitive functional dissonance. That's what you suffer from.
I think it means you don't have any cognitive functions. That's why you die. If you don't believe in cognitive functions, then you're not going to get any. A finite number of these, I'm passing them out, and only believers get them. Even Ken is having to make do with 7 cognitive functions and 1 loaf of banana bread. It's a placeholder for now, so I've come up with F5 for him. The one I had got bruised in shipping. Woke up this morning. I was like, how am I going to play this?
The day?
Are you still mad, Kimberly? Are you still mad? Are you?
What'd she get
Am I
mad
going to play
about?
it like that? I'm going to play it like this. Kim? Are we okay? Because you were really mean last night. We're going to play it like this? Oh, hey. Oh, fuck. Never mind. We're cool, right? Of course we're cool. Oh, right. I'm not playing meow anymore. Just because I have good ammunition doesn't mean I can use it. Just because I could win the fight, it's not worth revisiting to make my point. Why is all that important? Well, because deep inside each of us, there are 3 people. One of them has a pitchfork, one of them has an ear of corn, and one of them grew up in Des Moines, Iowa. Which one you are depends entirely on your cognitive function stack. I'm the guy from Des Moines, so you are down to 2 choices now. Corn or pitchfork. It's not even a real pitchfork. It's a fork. It says the word pitch on it. A regular fork. Really, you only have one choice.
Could it be a fork? Could it be a fork that somebody put pitch on? Because then you could call it a fork torch if you light it on fire.
Well, not that kind of pitch, Ken. It's a fork.
Oh,
made by
it's
the
a fork
company.
that can induce pitch.
It's made by the pitch company, which only makes catching related items.
This is getting more and more depressing, like on an NE metric.
I
Like
disagree.
the options are getting thinner and less.
Well, you haven't yet explored the pitch fork company's line of spoon related items. If you had, you know that there are a lot more possibilities.
This is
You know that
hurting me.
They're the first company to come up with a spoon that's all spoon part and no handle.
It's like a really shallow, tiny bowl.
People said that, and they said, no, it's a hands-free spoon. And they were right.
Uh-huh.
They didn't sell a whole lot of them, but they were really popular amongst people who hated handles.
You're right. You turned it around a little bit. That was a bit better.
Yeah, well, it's important. That's why I do a lot of research before I come on every time. Make sure I know my facts.
Uh-huh.
If you love empiricism like me,
Do
you're
I?
probably an INFP. On the other hand, if you think, hey, I've got a question, you're probably an INFJ. What do you think about that for a quick heuristic, Ken?
I
heuristic.
love it because I think no matter how much people tell me things, really I still feel like I don't know unless I do it.
Which of the following sentences do you agree with more? Hey, I've got a question. Or, hey, I've got a question.
Hey, I've got a question.
Sounds like you're low on skepticism. Let's play which value do you prefer when they conflict?
Okay.
Do you prefer physical robustness or physical durability?
In what?
Super keen
Yes.
eyesight that didn't last forever, or ordinary eyesight that lasted a long time?
Keen eyesight that didn't last forever.
Hey, I can hear you.
Hey.
I can't see you. Cool. It only half blows.
We're playing which value do you prefer? Do you prefer courage or do you prefer humility?
Courage or what?
Humility.
Fucking courage.
Courage.
What about humility or humiliation? Which do you
I really
prefer?
don't value humility at all.
Do you prefer humbleness or modesty?
They both sound like a form of punishment.
Do you prefer surrendering or running away?
Yeah, I've heard it said that running away isn't always running away. You could just be advancing in the other direction.
What's that suicide thing that Asian cultures do?
Kamikaze.
No, on the sword. Where they're like,
Chopping people in half?
yeah, that works. That sounds good.
Well, yeah. That's
What's the house full of food that I have to cook?
just cook it Just eat it raw and assume your internal rage will cook it.
Did you find cereal?
I did find cereal. Looks like there's
Guys, on tonight's tasting menu, we've added a menu item. It's a fourth course. It's cooked entirely on the cook's own rage. Some people say it's raw. I say you can really feel the heat from him. On the
Personally,
food.
I enjoy having anger tatoes, or anger tots, and rage scampi.
Have you tried the despair rice pilaf?
the sexually frustrated granola is extra.
Well, I gotta warn you, nobody's ever made it all the way through this. They give you 2 humps worth of it. You get through the first mound.
And the milk expires today. Am I the only one who doesn't like drinking milk on the day it expires?
You're not the only one.
It's okay for coffee, though.
Because how the fuck is my SI supposed to know if they stamped it wrong and it's actually awful?
You gotta smell it.
All milk smells like shit when you try that.
You gotta smell it with your penis.
It won't fit in the hole.
You're not supposed to get that close.
You don't need to pour milk into the tip of your penis. Okay? Just let it snip from a distance.
Well, I'm trying to put it in the top. Trust me, I've tried this like 3 times already.
Okay, well, stop getting solid milk. If you can't pour the milk
Look at this shit. Who dumps the granola out of the back of the box? Fucking white trash.
You know you're white trash if you test the milk by pouring it on your penis, and if it's solid, you know it's not good to drink. That's a Jeff Foxworthy joke.
Well, throw that away. It looks like it's Pop-Tarts. Or cook something.
I want to do a
Video?
He's being slowed down by the echo that you have.
Who is that? Yaylor?
Yeah, that's Yaylor's echo.
Am I echoing?
Yes.
Yeah. Eric's been rolling with it though because he's gotten to he's gotten to hear somebody talk who he completely agrees with.
What was I gonna say though? Something so important, I forgot it.
I want to do.
What do I want to do though?
Do you want to make a video? Do you want to ride a bike? Do you want to punch a kangaroo? Do you want to talk about something?
I want to do all you motherfuckers in the ass.
No,
That
no,
wasn't
thank
what I
you.
was gonna say though. That was what I was not gonna say.
This get tricky sometimes.
I want to do something fun.
So what happened with Kimberly? You said you got into an argument or something?
Oh yeah. She got mad at me.
What'd you get mad about?
Well, she said, your blah 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 caused this fight, or not a fight. It wasn't even between us, right? It was like, well, your thing caused this response. And then when I asked her to explain what she meant, she started to explain that the explanation she gave me said basically the response caused you to act that way. As an explanation for what she meant when she said my acting that way caused the response. Well, that didn't make any sense. And then when I tried to pin her down on it, she didn't want to talk about it anymore. Because I brought it up before. I mean, it's not the first time I brought it up. But I'm not getting a satisfactory answer. So I keep bringing it up. I need a clear answer. I need a clear answer that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Then she's like, "That's it. I'm not going to have this conversation anymore." She stormed away. And I was like, "Well, fine then." And then 15 minutes later,
Wait, it needs to sit.
who is that person there?
That's Taylor. I can't hear you anymore, Eric.
Because I stopped talking.
I
Who's
was
that
talking to Eric.
lady?
That's a Barbie doll, dude.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
Wow.
Um,
Wow. She's sitting next to a loaf of bread. How did he not get the size difference?
I didn't know what that was.
Who's that lady?
What cued me in was when I saw the plug. I was like, "Oh, that's a plug,
Right.
not a painting or something on the wall. It's a plug." And then this
You're right.
morning, I was like, "Are we cool?" And she was like, "Of course," as though she had never been mad at me in the first place. Because when I went to bed, like 15 minutes after she stormed off, I was like, "Hey, baby," and she's like, "I'm still mad." How am I supposed to know she's not still mad? But she wasn't still mad this morning. I didn't really sleep much last night. I'm kind of like tore up.
Mhm. Well, I mean, sounds like you're good now. Is there a way that you can rebroach the topic and try to get the answers that you want outside of a fight?
I could pretend, "Hey, Kimberly, I have this friend, Tom, and he's got a girlfriend, and her name is Julie, and Julie did this weird thing. She said to Tom that his behavior caused this response. I wonder if you can help me solve their problem."
Even if you can get away with it, I wouldn't recommend that.
And then be like, "Boy, sure sounds like Julie was being a stupid bitch, huh?"
Again, not sure that's the direction you want to take.
I don't want to take that direction.
Right.
Making wise choices. Hi, Ken. I'm sorry that you'll be the only attendee in today's wise choice making class. For individuals like you, such as staring at the wrong guy, stumbling while walking, and failure to render a boat adequately yar. You've been convicted. I've convicted you. And now you got some serious punishments. You've got to go out every day and find at least 6 boats that are inadequately yar and either notify the yar inspector or the Coast Guard or render the boat yar. Is that fair?
I stopped listening.
How many times have you ever been on a boat that's not yar?
You know what? I'm beyond that. I looked at Taylor's screen and I thought to myself, it's a bowl of blondes and a loaf of bread. And I thought that would be an interesting song.
You know what I thought to myself? I thought, you put that on the open sea, that's not a yar vessel. Because
Why you gotta keep
what
on bringing up the yar thing? Not everything's related to yar.
You know?
No, I don't.
Did you take this week's vocabulary lesson? It
No, I
means a boat that has all the weight, the cargo that it's carrying, equally spread across the boat, so that it's not imbalanced. When you have all your cargo spread out equally across the boat, your boat's said to be yar. Now, let's say Ken packed the boat, but all the heavy shit on the back of the boat was called the starboard. Or he put all the shit on the front of the boat, which is called the lee word. Or on the side of the boat, which is called port. Or whatever. Then it's not yar. And then the Coast Guard comes and gives you a ticket. Little known word, little used, really important. The problem is we're really not that much of a nautical people anymore. Ever since Ken quit the whaling industry, my spermatozoa supplies have been dangerously low, for one thing. I've been having to use petroleum oil to light my oil lamps. And
No more whale wax, that's for sure.
also, I'm totally out of raw scrimshaw. When it's unscrimshawed scrimshaw, waiting scrimshawing. Baleen. My dangerously low supplies of baleen are starting to bother me. Krill remnants. I used to have a huge pile of krill remnants in my backyard, which I used for all kinds of shit. You know what's funny? When trick-or-treating day comes around, put a big bowl of krill remnants out front.
You've had too much STJ influence in your life because even though you're using NE, it's about the most mundane, shit possible.
Oh, here's the thing. I have been gorging on the fucking SI for like 6 weeks. And this cycle just started up again. And I'm just feeling untethered by any need to accomplish anything in terms of except for being absurd. Ken, will you go ambergris collecting with me?
What the fuck is that?
It's a whale vomit. It's used in perfumes historically.
Please
Very,
do.
very precious stuff.
I would go do that with you if we were actually going to do that.
Originally, the three wise men brought frankincense, myrrh, and ambergris.
Bullshit.
Wise man, he got too loaded on his own supply of ambergris, and he got replaced at the last second by the guy who brought parsley, sage, and rosemary.
Those are the stupid men.
They were stupid because you know why? They didn't get shit for those gifts. Do you know that when the wise men had their own kids, Jesus didn't send them anything? One of the wise men had on his gravestone, put there, well, that was a big fucking waste of time. He was right. I'm mad at Jesus.
I would say that in people or entities that you can pick a grudge with arbitrarily, that one has the least chance for turning out well, and the most chance for turning out. It has no upside at all.
I mean, being mad at Jesus?
I don't think being mad at Jesus is a situation where you find yourself with much positive sides. At best, you're neutral because.
Okay, well, I'm mad at him because I handed him my ball bearings to hold, and they fell straight through those holes in his hand. He spilled them all over the ground.
Well, okay, then you've got a fair complaint.
Yeah, he gave me no heads up. What do you mean those things haven't healed yet? It's been like 2,000 years, motherfucker. Stigmata is the slowest healing of all puncture wounds. Little known fact.
It's also the only impressive one.
Well, it depends. If you're talking about from the perspective of the one having the wound If you get delivered a puncture wound, it might be impressive in any number of ways. But all I know is that those things that puncture your tires if you go backwards are called tiger teeth.
Those things that's like structural douchebaggery at its finest.
Well, it's TI respecting TE.
That's,
There's no rule. If you just go the wrong direction, we fuck everything up for you. There's no consequence because you broke a rule. The consequence is, haha, now your tires are all flat.
Okay.
I'd rather have it that way. I'd rather have, instead of speed limits, I'd rather have speed bumps on all the roads. At least then, it's a naturally occurring consequence. Well, shit. All my rims are bent again. I guess I shouldn't have been going 80 down the speed bump road. I don't like speed bumps. I've often fantasized about going out in the middle of the jackhammer and jackhammering away the speed bumps. I need a really quiet, really fast jackhammer. Otherwise, someone would probably notice. I'm pretty looking forward to Kimberly's son and her other sort of son moving out this weekend. I feel crowded around here at the moment. Like, okay, I need to use this space more. I need to fucking spread out. I need to hump without worrying about them hearing us. We've got choreographed dance routines to practice, and I feel shy in front of the boys. Hi, I'm host Eric. Welcome to another exciting episode of Talking with Famous People. Today on Talking with Famous People, we're doing a bit of a public service announcement, or a public service, I guess you'd say. It's an opportunity back in time, and tonight we're going to be studying the musical genre known as the Negro Spiritual. We're going to be playing some Negro spirituals. We're going to be talking about Negro spirituals. And we're going to be talking to a few Negro spiritualists as well. The Negro spiritual forms the backbone of blues and rock and roll music here in America. It was originated by Negro spiritualists engaging in spirituality that was non-Caucasoid. Let's just, enough of the chit chat. Let's spin a record. Let's spin some vinyl here. We're going to hear Old Blind Old Delta with his song Negro Spiritual. Oh, the Negro Spiritual man. Say, call down him, Negro Spiritual. Heaven. Chariot Spiritual. That was Old Blind Old Delta with Negro Spiritual Man. What I get from that is a real connection to God. I can see how he's got all his prayers to listen to. What are you going to do to make yours stand out? what I do when I pray, I begin each prayer with a Negro spiritual. Sometimes I cover, sometimes I make them a new one. And sometimes I'll go with Blonde Old Delta Blondes. What you got there, Taylor? The lyrics to a Negro spiritual? Today we're discussing the Negro spiritual. I'm old Delta Blind Delta Old Delta. And my people would sing the Lord Almighty like this. Oh Lord, Chevy, 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 Lord, 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 freedom, freedom, yeah. It's a classic. Probably my favorite Negro spiritual of all time, I think. Slim Whitman had you can't really get it in the United States anymore. Some people said it was racist. Yes, he dressed up in blackface. Yes, he had on a big kind of like afro-y wig and stuff. Yes, he spoke with a inauthentic shuck and jive, but he cared a lot because he donated, I think it was like $1,500 to the United Negro College Fund. And they agreed after that the record was good. Because a mind, it's a terrible thing to waste. Terrible. You know what else is a terrible thing to waste? Coffee creamer. You didn't run out of coffee creamer before you run out of coffee. And then you really regret having wasted it. So what I do, in order to keep myself well supplied with coffee creamer, is every time I consider donating to the United Negro College Fund, I just sing a Negro spiritual instead. And then I think, oh yeah, get more coffee creamer. Oh Lord, carry down coffee creamer. Oh Lord, feels. Lord, Lord, freedom home.
You got it.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
You know that super big, massive hit, I'm the best, I'm the greatest? That was originally a Negro spiritual. It was about God, though. Oh, Lord, best. Greatest, oh, Lord. Like that.
What about the richest part?
Oh, Lord, had more money, is what the original lyrics were.
Okay.
But they changed it. They secularized it. I'm offended. As usual.
I mean, the song was already far less biblical than it could have been.
Ease into disgusted and then back to offended again.
That song was already far less biblical than it could have been.
I know.
Talking about riches. Bullshit.
Well, it wasn't talking about the riches of the Lord. It was talking about the riches of mortal humankind. Gold doubloons.
Mm.
When I get riches, I prefer to have them in gold doubloons. If I can't get gold doubloons, I usually ask for gold balloons.
That's close enough.
Well, they're easier to carry because unlike regular gold, they float.
Well, what will happen when gold and helium get put into balloon form.
Well, I mean, obviously it's a heavy balloon. Also, it is filled with helium. If you want to have a funny high voice, you should inhale helium from a gold balloon or any other kind of balloon.
That's also a good tip if you maybe want to die as well.
Well, I don't doubt there are people out there who want to die. I'm kind of doubtful that there are a lot of people who want to die and concurrently are looking for helpful tips about that.
You were doubtful that there are a lot of people out there?
Yeah, because, well, you just wouldn't be proud of yourself if somebody helped you with it. You'd want to show you're a big boy now.
Yeah.
I don't need any helpful tips to jump off a building.
At that point, then it just shows how desperate you are. If you're too stupid to know how to kill yourself, then you need helpful tips. And then when you need helpful tips, that's when you know you're just going to do it. You know, you don't go asking people for helpful tips how to kill yourself if you're not going to kill yourself.
I mean, it would be easy unless you're dying from a fear of heights.
Okay.
And then that would eliminate the possibility of you jumping off the building as a medical illness earlier. Bring it to a resolution, as they say. Of course, increasingly, I think death is probably a myth.
A myth.
A myth. Let's talk about that. Let's make a video about death being a myth.
Sounds good.
Hello, friends. My name's Host Eric. I'm the host talking to famous people, and I've got some breaking news. Something you may find at first disturbing, at first disappointing, maybe later on encouraging. Maybe in the end you'll find it, I don't know. But those bigwigs up in Washington have been feeding us a line of malarkey. You've probably heard about this whole death thing. End of life. The elimination somehow of the individual due to either old age